on your chin. Oh, yeah. This is the Goin Deep Show.
Have you ever had a guy who goes down on you after you knew another dude had fucking loaded in you? Like give me the distance or the time span of when a dude, because you have guys now coming in you because you know you can. Has there ever been a time when the space is a little close?
The one I've talked about this in the show relatively recently. Though one of the times that I did the 3 players within, it wasn't an actual hat trick, but there were like a few of them within a row, and there was the one that we had attempted sex. Nothing got finished, but there was still events there. You know, he was still inside me. He didn't come inside me. But then his teammate just fucked me afterwards. But I can't remember if he went down on me or not.
There's so many things that I am willing to watch in porn, but I would not want to participate in, and I think that's why it's hot.
I am with you. I agree. Yeah, I tend to like things that I'm not. I'm
gonna watch that because I don't think that I could have the fucking nerve to do it.
Here's my question though. Have you ever gone down on a chick after like you came inside of her? So it's your cum inside of her and then you've gone down on her.
Yeah, I think I've done that. Yeah.
Like right away?
Not like right
away, like down the, like later.
Well, I mean, the equivalent of that would be even kissing or making out a little bit after she swallows your load. I mean, but I can say probably, yeah. I probably have gotten down at the same girl we were just talking about just a second ago there. She was constantly trying to make me taste it. She's like, you should taste it. You should taste it. Yes, I'm like, why should I fucking taste it? I'm like, just do it. Her big thing was, you have to taste your fucking cum. And I'm like, why do I don't? I don't. I smell it. I know what it smells like. If I'm nearby and I smell that smell, I know somebody just came. I don't need to be.
No, yeah, that doesn't turn me on.
No, she was like, you should taste it. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know what else she was wanting? You should wear my panties. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't wear your panties. No.
That's a red flag.
Because first of all, she was tiny and there's no way her panties were going to fit over my fucking nuts, let alone my fucking, around anything. Even if the adventure was going to be thought about, there was no way I was going to fit into her shit. She was fucking little. Anyway, where were you going? We were talking about tasting loads and putting on panties.
Yeah, well, when I was with my ex, when we were first together, he refused to kiss me if I gave him a blowjob and he came in my mouth. He wouldn't do it for a while. And it like pissed me off. I wasn't doing it at that point to like get him to taste it. It was just
wait a sec.
Hey, I just did this for you. It's
wait a sec. His body part is on him, and you're sucking it.
But to me, it's no different than like if a guy eats me out and then makes out with me. Like that's the same thing. Like I know I am well aware of what I taste like because I've tasted it on so many men. So, but I find that hot because he was just doing that to me. Like, to me, that turns on. But I've never been turned on by the fact of kissing a guy. It's just that's, you know, you're wrapping everything up, like, thanks, smooching a little bit to go whatever. But he changed his mind, like, because I ended up at one point in time just getting really upset when we talked about it. And by the end, it didn't bother him.
There's something to be said about, and I'm an old school guy who thinks about what it was like the first few times that you're fooling around or got into it with a girl. And it was when I was in high school, and my high school girlfriend and I, she didn't want to have sex. She was a virgin still, and we ended up doing it. But for the workaround there is, let's just fucking 69 and eat each other and lick each other out and fucking suck each other off. And so that's what we did most of the time. So there's this in my head, there's this nostalgia about it where you get into these. Some of the memories that immediately kick in are when you're gonna have some fun. I love to just lay on the fucking bed and a girl just like come up to me and just fucking stand above me, spread her fucking legs over my face, and just you start going at it, and there's all those things, but you're trying to. When it comes to the flavor saver, which you're having this on your face. I can tell you if I know I'm not going to go interact with anybody. This goes back to a J-Mac story, by the way. I'll bring up after this. I've had times where girls will ride my face, and I'm just like, I could go in and I could take a fucking bar of soap and like clean it all up. And I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. I'll forget about it. And I'll be like, oh, I got pussy on my fucking beard. Oh, it's nice. I like pussy on my beard. It's just something about it. It's just like we're animals a little bit. You know, I have it.
Yeah.
J Mac one time, there's a story, and I'll find this. It'll be easy for me to find. I could probably pull the clip of it. He's talking about, I just re-released this show recently. He has to take his mom to the airport, and he has a night of drunken fun before having to take his mom to the airport. And I believe the show, it's a show with myself and Magnum, and we all have it's one of the rare shows where we do 3 stories. You pick a story, I pick a story. So when we're doing the 30-minute format, 10 minutes, we had it marked up. When my 10 minutes were done, you have 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes. And Jay's story was he fooled around with this girl for a good chunk of the night, stayed up most of the night, has to go get his mom to drive her to the airport. And the line of the night was, how do you kiss your mom goodbye when you have pussy juice in your fucking goatee? It's like one of the greatest. Like, it's such the way he tells it is so great. And just, you picture the scene and it's so fucking good. But yeah, I think, I don't know. Here's what it comes down to for me. I want to make out with someone if I have fresh breath and have chewed some gum, and it's going to be an experience where we're really going to just suck face and do all sorts of stuff. But I would be more hesitant to make out with somebody if I didn't brush my teeth or have a makeout session with them, as opposed to if I just went down on them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I go eat you out and you want to come and make out with me, I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's fucking do that. Or if you sucked my dick and then I'm like, and then you want to make out, I'm like, fuck, I don't give a fucking shit about that. Exactly. But if I wake up with morning breath, I don't want to kiss because it's morning breath. It's fucking you know what I mean?
I'm on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's more to me worse than anything. And in fact, if anything, I found myself pausing because of that more so than the sex stuff, for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. You know, it's weird. It's weird. Body fluids. Bodily fluids. Also, this reminds me, you ever see the Naked Gun? The original Naked Guns back in the day?
Not in a long time, but yeah.
Nielsen? They're redoing them.
I saw that.
With Liam and Neeson.
He's so funny. He's so funny.
My ex used to love fucking Liam Neeson. Totally just, he's a celebrity. He's a handsome, chiseled, fucking angry superstar, like action hero kind of a guy, of course. Yeah, he's fucking good. So what's the overall, how much load do we need? Because I was going to ask you, I've watched some porn where there's guys with big dicks and you're thinking, this guy is drilling this bitch and he's going to fucking shoot a goddamn, like he's opening up a fire hydrant onto this bitch. And then it comes out and it's like, and it's 2 little fucking things, 2 little splurty splurts, and there's nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You ever seen that where it's like you anticipate, you see the guy just drilling this girl, and you're like, wow, this is going to be a good load. The worst though is when they pause or stop the porn right before the load's coming. Do you hate that? I hate that.
Again, pre-breeding kink, I couldn't care less. It did not turn me on to watch the guy come. So I I honestly never usually made it to the end. But now I will fast forward and be like, do I get to see it come? Whether it's on her, whether it's in her, like, and then you can see it drip out. Like, yeah, now, I mean, I will watch something and that will be what ends up getting me off, is watching that. But in person too, like, I really enjoy watching somebody. So like, I like being Cayman, but I have no problem with you finishing, jacking off and coming on me, because that turns me on too. I'll go through these moments where I'll look up some stuff where I want to kind of go back to basics, and I will go to the massage hand jobs. I'll go to the massage hand jobs where the guy goes to get a massage and it's like the masseuse and she's like rubbing on him and doing all sorts of stuff. And to me, it's more of the reaction. It's the reaction as the load is as the guys are coming. Like they're sucking them off, they're taking they're topless and their fucking titties are out. But it's the way the woman looks at both him and the dick as it's all happening. But one of my fondest memories, again, before we switch gears, is I remember with one girlfriend coming all over her ass and her just like slathering it on like baby lotion all over her butt.
and it was like shiny, and we had like lights. It was like we had red lights on in the room and stuff like that. And it was just something super hot about it, like where I pulled out all over her, but she was just like rubbing it on her ass. And I was like, wow, I'd never had anybody fucking do that. You ever done that before? Where it's just like you get loaded on and then you just reach back and you just start smearing it on like you're putting on baby lotion or fucking suntan lotion.
As soon as it's on me, like it's hot, once I like catch my breath, I'm getting it off.
You're like, get me the fuck off. Get it off.
Like, I don't, it doesn't enjoy me. And whether that's like,
it doesn't enjoy me. Is that what you said? It doesn't enjoy me.
No, I don't remember what I was going to try to say, but I don't have to shower afterwards. Like, I'm good with like getting a towel and wiping it down. But no, it does not turn me on like that. I don't mind it on me. But then once I'm done, I'm like, don't.
Do you know what my biggest complaint about what's going on right now? I never get to see it. It's either in or swallowed. I haven't, it's either in or swallowed, and I don't even see it anymore. I miss you, sperm.
Well,
and also I'm getting enough that I'm not jacking off. The only time I'm jacking off is if I have like a couple minutes at the house and I'm like, do I squeeze one off now or I just wait to get back to where I'm going and just so I can get it on there? It's like, first world problems. First world problems.
If you're getting sex, then yeah, that'd be ideal. But so you have to just pull out and come on her then.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I think I'm going to get over here. Get your face down here. Take it. And that is our load segment of the day, guys. I have so much stuff that I want to talk about. We glossed over the fact that Kanye sucked dick. I mean, we talked about it for a split second. Really, I mean, so I want your take on it. What does that make him? I hate to say it. It kind of makes him very, very just almost brave, I would say, to have the fucking balls to say something that many, many, many people are going to judge him about.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know how the world is now. Everybody they're being themselves. Everybody is encouraged to be themselves. So he's being himself, but I don't know. Is this damage control? Because what's worse, being gay or a Nazi?
Oh, I mean, a Nazi, obviously.
What if you're a gay Nazi?
I mean, I feel like there's a big identity crisis somewhere in there. So
what's your take on it? Seriously, because like is it a brave move for him to do it, or is this all publicity? Do you even think it could be real?
Honestly,
it might be fucking bullshit. It could be bullshit.
I don't spend that much time thinking about Kanye West because I don't care. I'm just waiting to see like what's going to come next. Yeah, at this point,
let's say this.
I couldn't care less.
Let's just for shits and giggles, let's pretend Silverback says I sucked the dick for fucking 6 years. Okay, now you have an opinion.
I'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't care if my friends. I have a couple of friends who are bi, and I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna judge you by what you fucking do behind closed doors, whatever. As long as you're not up in my business. I don't care. I don't fucking swing that way.
I'll judge you for being a Nazi, but
yeah,
I couldn't care less.
It's way more egregious than being a fucking cocksucker. Yes. All right, you want to get serious for a couple minutes? You're gonna love this.
Okay,
I guarantee you're gonna love it.
I'm ready.
Okay, this is really good. You're gonna find it quite spectacular. If I can get this fucking idiot to fucking go, here we go.
Here's all the militant 2A gun nuts. Where are yous? Because you've been arguing, like my entire fucking life, that you have to have all that weaponry just in case there's tyranny, in case the government turns against us. Then you gotta fight it. Guess what? I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's tyranny happening. It's time. Now's the moment. It's your time to shine, motherfuckers. You've been out in the woods with your friends practicing karate. I've seen the videos. I've seen it. You and Billy Bob and Bubba and Jim Joe out there fucking working on your fucking moves. Waiting for this moment. You've been living for it. Fantasizing about it. Right? It's time. It's time. Listen. I know it's super awkward that the guy who turned against you is also your cult leader. I know. So fucking awkward. But you're patriots. You are fucking patriots, right? This is what you're living for. The Constitution. Fucking 2A. let's go. Go get your friends, get all your shit out of your bunkers, and be the fucking heroes that you were meant to be. All right? Good luck, motherfuckers.
Good luck, motherfuckers. I love that. What do you think of that?
No, that's great.
You said you saw that, right?
Well, it wasn't that exact one, but it was another variation of, you've all been saying you're keeping your guns, because what if the government comes against us?
What if the government turns on us?
It did. It has.
Hello, you fucking morons. Guess what? You don't recognize it, right? Because all you hear is...
Because they're in that cult.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So fucking bad.
Yeah, they've been preaching for so long that, the Dems want to take your guns and everything. Like, you better keep them in case you got to fight against the government. And the whole time they were setting up the government to fight, and they knew it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Yeah, it's just, I've gotten to the point where I battle with myself each morning. Do I want to even open up the news apps and see what the fuck's going on? I
know. We
used to work at a newspaper. We have this ingrained in us that we wake up and we want to know what happened or if something happened. And I think for me, I think I check it mainly because I don't want anything catastrophic to happen. I don't want 9/11. I don't want Oklahoma City. But I feel every day like I have to wake up and check to make sure some shit like that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and the shocking news that J.D. Vance killed the Pope. Let's not even.
I love that.
Let's not even, like, that's the news that I'm like, what? He did what?
Did he it was like one of those interview things where he brought the... And this leads me perfectly into what I want to talk about. We started a spin-off podcast, and we launched it this week on 420, of course, because that's when I launched my stuff. I do things. You have to look up Get Bent on the iTunes or the Apple Podcasts. Get Bent by Vince Skinwell. It's officially launched. There's 18 episodes in there right now. Each episode comes out. It's available for a week, and then it goes poof behind the paywall. And I'm kind of doing some hand-picked stuff. It's pretty cool. I like what's going on with it. It's nice to have a reason to look up the headlines and find some awkward, weird stories and stuff like that. Besides, like, wondering if some crazy fucking great nuts happened. You know what I mean? Right. I'm getting up and trying to be creative with it and having a good thing with it. So you guys should look it up. Look up Get Bent.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going deep. We got Get Bent. It's all good. So when I was leaving the house, I sat down with Erasure and I said, you want to hear what we're talking about? And I ran her through the list. Every morning I feel bad. I feel bad for her because she's almost like on pins and needles waiting for me to like freak out a little bit about some little thing that doesn't really matter. So I started this new segment called Old Man Rants because as I approach 50, I got old man rants. And it's it's the simple shit that used to make fun of your granddad or your fucking real dad. Dad, why are you complaining about that? Who gives a shit? But it's the shit that is just simple. It's simple shit. Okay? Simple shit. So the one I have here, every morning we go get a coffee and then I drive her to work and I drop her off. Now there's an entrance to her work that's like one of those arched, drive them up, like a hotel where you drive them up and then she gets out. She's very spoiled that way. All winter, I think only 2 or 3 times she had to drive herself there. So I was driving, drop her off right at the door. She could walk from the car right into the door. She never had to walk from a block away to get cold or anything. So, but since the spring happens, and I say this every year, when the thaw happens, the guns thaw and there's more gunfire. This is in Saginaw, one of the most safe places in the world. So there's a lot of brothers there. What I've noticed is some people don't understand where they need to walk or should walk. They see a straight line to the door, even in the warm weather, when there's clearly a sidewalk right there. I don't know how many times I pull into this stupid fucking driveway to drive in and drop her off, and some fucking asshole is walking right down the middle of this fucking driveway. I'm to the point now where when I see it, I'm driving at them. I'm a little like today. She had to tell me to stop. She had to tell me. She's like, "No, don't do it." She's like, "Don't do it." I was pulling right up on this fucking idiot's ass, and I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "I think that's my boss."
No, I'm with you on that. Like there is just people who are not aware of how parking lots work once they're walking in them. Get out of the way. Walk next to the back of the cars. Like you don't walk in the middle. Like it's one thing if you're glancing at the grocery store and you got to cut across and somebody turns afterwards. Like you don't. The car is bigger than you, even in a crosswalk. Like pedestrians have the right in a crosswalk. I won't argue that, but you're still smaller than the car. So like just make sure they're going to stop. Like my kids have 2 crosswalks across their school. I've told them, I'm like, I know that you have the right of way, but you need to make sure those cars are going to stop because most of them don't.
You're going to get creamed.
Most of them don't. Same, and people are just not aware of that.
And here's the thing, and I don't know if I hold people to a higher judgment, but based on how long they've gone to school, you've learned, you are not naive to what you are fucking doing. Okay, you're going to walk across right now thinking that nobody's going to walk in. And if they just stay where they're going to stay, they're going to look like a less of an asshole, and they're actually going to get there quicker. But this is like fucking dumb. You people, and again, this is a sea of nurses. Okay, I'm dropping her off, and at the time that I'm dropping her off, it's like usually between like 6:45 and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I've determined that it's the best and worst time to get there. The reason it's the best time to get there, if you're a single guy and if you want to know who the hot nurses are that work at this hospital, just go pretend you have an injury and you're waiting for a ride and sit right outside on the bench and watch the fucking nurses come in and see if they have a nice ass or big tits or have a cute face. And then they're like, okay, all right. And then you just have to go and fucking find them and look them up. And this is a no-brainer. When I'm leaving there after I drop her off, that's all I do. I'll sit at the 4-way stop there and just watch these nurses who don't want to go to work. They're a bunch of disgruntled, like, they got their heads hung low and they're all just like not paying attention to anything, looking at their fucking phone. That's half the problem. They're looking at their goddamn phones, and it's fucking awful. It's fucking awful. Fucking old man rants. Do you have any old lady rants? You're not old though. Young lady rants, middle-aged lady rants. Are you middle-aged?
No, there's some. Yeah, there's some. I mean, I've seen like posts of like, things that millennials are with the boomers on. And like one is, like I understand the changes that were made during COVID to have QR codes for menus. We don't have to do that anymore. I hate needing my phone to look at a menu because then you got to scroll. You can never see anything. And there are restaurants that still do that. And it drives me crazy. There's no need for it anymore.
What's your take on it when it comes to a beer list? I think it should be available
online.
When it's a beer list, though, what do you think?
And that one I'll give because if it's a restaurant that frequently changes beers, like I worked at a restaurant once. I mean, every other day we had different beers on tap. You had your staples, but there were some that would switch and we only had one cake. So I do agree with something like that you can have a basic beer list, but then, hey, for any specials, this is what you need to look at. Mm-hmm. That one I can, because it changes daily and you can't keep up with even just printing paper, enough paper copies and stuff. So, that one I agree with, but like a menu that's not changing, it annoys me. I mean, I'll deal with it, but it really annoys me. That being said, they also, like I said, if restaurants don't put if it's a relatively decent restaurant, like, not like I'll even let it pass on like mom and pops, but I'm sorry, every restaurant should put their menu online, even if it's on their Facebook page, because a lot of restaurants they'll have some form of social media as opposed to a real website. Your menu needs to be posted because if I'm going to go there, I want to know what the hell you have to offer. I don't like going in blind.
There should be a uniform way of doing it. I'm sure some people have attempted it, but there's really not the place to go to. No, it's an opportunity, really.
Every restaurant. That's what I'm saying. Like some restaurants, if I'll Google or menu, they have a Facebook page and they have pictures of. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. I don't care. I don't even care the format. But if I Google your restaurant, I should be able to look at a menu because I'm not the kind of person that needs to necessarily have my meal planned before I go. But if it's a new restaurant, I'm like, I just usually like to glance to be like, okay, what kind of things do you have?
If it's a new place, yeah.
Just a general feel for what's on the menu and what types, especially if it's something, anything that's not like just your standard American food, I
have something I'm going to say to you and I want your reaction on this, guy. Gray sweatpants. Mm-hmm. What's your take on the gray sweatpants?
I mean, I enjoy them.
Why?
But they can also be a detriment.
Why do girls enjoy the gray sweatpants?
Because they're the best color to see A dude's bulging. Did you not know that's the reason?
I gathered that enough, but that guy.
It's something, and it's that light gray, like that athletic heather gray, because it's the lighter color. And since it's a lighter color, you can see the outline better than in a darker pair of pants.
I was cutting the grass last year in a gray pair of sweats. I was out and about. I went and met up with some friends, female, who were at the White Goose, and I walk in, and within 5 minutes, I had multiple women trying to grab my fucking crotch. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, girls can get away with doing that shit. Guys cannot. If I walk up and I just start reaching for you, I can't say you, but if somebody else, I mean, you'd probably be like, I'd tap you on the crotch. You'd be like, oh, it's like our high five. But you know what I mean? If you do that to somebody who is just not prepared for, I wasn't prepared for it. I'm sitting there and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I had to slap this person away. Don't get me wrong. I love getting my cock stroked. Okay. I just don't like it randomly at a fucking bar.
Yeah.
You know? So the gray sweatpant thing to me, I was questioning it because when I got coffee this morning, a guy walked in ahead of Erasure when she was getting the coffees, and he had, I don't know what it is about the jeans. He looked like a Mexican dude. Jeans, but the jeans were like down around his butt with a belt. Why are you wearing a belt under your ass across the top? I don't get, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I mean, they've done that on and off since, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've never understood it.
Thanks a lot, crisscross, and you're jumping and your backwards outfits. What the fuck is wrong with you? I have a list in front of me. I want to talk. I'm back to this nurse thing. It's a sea of nurses. I'm always checking out their asses. Okay, I'm always checking out their butts. See who the fat ones are. I want to see how many fat ones there are. And I had this conversation with Erasure the other day about, like, there's a hierarchy of attractive people to less attractive people. And she said the ones working in the cafeteria or the maintenance or the cleanup crew, they're like the not so attractive people. And there's like a hierarchy of who the most attractive people are. And there's always that, in my mind, I have not interacted with doctors enough, but I know for a fact some doctors are, they're
all over the board.
They're all over the board, yes. So when there's that level of nurses or person who's going to be in with the public that is like, okay, I see why you are attractive. Okay, you have to lessen the blow and you have to bring some bad news to some motherfucker. But it doesn't matter. When you're a doctor and you need to do some surgery, you don't give a shit if fucking Quasimodo's in there fucking fixing you up. You fix my fucking ass up. Have you ever worked in an industry where the hierarchy is very restaurants? Like, how do they, like, when you, I
mean, like, and it's not so much between, I mean, I feel like the bartenders tend to be towards the top, then servers, then hosts, and then your back of the house staff, you know, which goes from line cooks and then it goes down to dishwasher. Like, I mean, it goes down to that line. I mean, it's, you know, the Waiting, the movie with Ryan Reynolds, that anybody that has ever worked in a restaurant knows how true that entire movie is. My one manager, when I worked at Applebee's years ago, used to say that in order to go out to eat, everybody should have to watch that movie and pass a class to be able to be a customer there because every part, like the one chick that like literally has a smile on her face on the front of the house, but as soon as she's in the kitchen is bitching, every server has ever done that.
Oh, yeah.
But the bartender's that hot one, and then that line cook energy, right? The hottest chick in the restaurant in that movie is the bartender, and she's banging Luis Guzman.
Yeah, who's
the line cook?
What is up with that?
It's called line cook energy. It's why everybody fucks Pete Davidson, because Pete Davidson gives line cook energy.
I guess I've never heard it that way.
It's the tattoos, but they don't always have to have tattoos, but they're like kind of dirty, but not always like in just enough of a sexy way, but like actually a little bit kind of skis balls because they're line cooks. Like there's but they're smooth and they'll flirt with the servers and they'll here's some extra food and stuff like that. Like they're all they have that riz that that Pete Davidson has, but they still just look kind of trashy.
Yeah.
And they ride that line and they will bang the hottest chicks in the restaurant.
Yeah.